Hi everyone, welcome back to Stay World. Today in this tutorial we are going to dive into the page object model in Behave, a design pattern that helps you write cleaner, more maintainable and reusable test code. As your automation suite grows, it is easy to end up with duplicated code and hard to maintain step definitions. Using page object model, we separate the page structure and locators from the test logic, making your test easier to read, maintain and scale. So let's begin. This is login feature file. Feature demo login scenario is successful login with valid credentials. Given I open the source demo login page and this is credentials for username and password and click on the login button. Now create a new folder, right click on this Python. You need to click on your project folder and create a new directory. Enter directory name pages. Inside we will create a new Python file and enter file name here login underscore page Python file. Now here we will define our locators and logic here. First import here by from selenium dot webdriver dot common dot by and import by here. Create a new class name is login page. Last name is login page and then enter URL here for navigating to the URL. For login, we need to define here URL and then user underscore user name underscore input is equal to. Here we will define our locator. So open Chrome browser and this is the URL. Okay, this complete URL. Enter URL here. First define here URL by dot, and here multiple locators are available. We can locate by ID, class name, tag name, CSS selector. For locating this element username, right click on username field, inspect, and here we can locate this element by username. So first we will enter here by dot ID and then enter here value username. Next here create element for password underscore input is equal to by dot ID and then enter ID here. Right click on password field, inspect. Here ID is password. Enter ID is password and then click on login button. Login underscore button is equal to by dot ID and then enter value here. Right click on login button, inspect. Here ID is login dash button. So we can locate this element by ID. Enter login dash button. After enter username and password, we need to click on this login button and add some assertions to make sure user login successfully. So first login, enter password here, click on login, right click here on header, inspect, and here we can verify after login this inventory container should be displayed. Inventory underscore container is equal to by dot ID and enter value here. Now enter here def underscore init and self driver. First here define driver self dot driver is equal to driver and open this URL def open self dot driver dot get self, and then enter here URL. As you can view here, we define URL variable, so we just need to enter this URL variable here. Next thing we need to do, after opening this URL, we need to type username. Here we will enter dev enter underscore username self comma username. As you can view in feature file, we have successfully defined a standard user. This is username and this is password. So here we will enter dev enter underscore username self dot driver and locate by ID element static self dot username input dot send keys. Send keys is used for enter data in fields dot send underscore keys, and then enter this username here inside this round bracket username. Here we define our locators, and here we just enter driver dot find element. If you want to make changes in any locator, so you just need to open this folder, click on this one and change here. So you can easily change in this file. Dev enter underscore password self comma password self dot driver dot find element static self dot and enter this variable name for password input dot send underscore keys. Inside this we will write this variable name, which is password. Now we have successfully write here open URL, enter username, enter password. Next thing we need to do here, we need to click on login button. Dev click underscore login self. Here we do not need to define any variables, we just need to click on login button. So here we will just write self dot driver dot find element static self dot click button. As you can view here, login button dot click method. Click method is used for clicking, so here use dot click. Enter here inventory container page should be displayed. Dev is underscore inventory underscore page underscore displayed self. After clicking on this login button, inventory page should be displayed. Return self dot driver dot find element static self dot inventory container should be displayed dot is underscore displayed and round bracket here. Now we need to write a step for this scenarios given. I open the demo login page, I enter username and password and click on the login button, then I should see the inventory page. So we will write here step first, here define given when and then from behave import given comma when comma then. Now import WebDriver from Selenium and then import WebDriver. Now import this page. As you can view here, this inside pages directory login underscore is a page. This is class name, which is login page. We need to import this page into step file from. First enter here from, and then pages. Inside this pages we have a file which is login underscore page, and import this class which is login page. Class name is login page. We just need to here define steps at the rate. First define here given I open the source demo login page at the rate given round bracket, copy this complete text, I open the source demo login page. Def step underscore open underscore login underscore page context. First initialize driver here. For initializing driver you need to enter here context dot driver is equal to web driver dot. Here multiple browsers are available. You can open Chrome browser, Firefox, Edge. For now click on Chrome. Context dot login underscore page. First enter this login underscore page file name is equal to login page context dot driver. Here we just define this for file name and enter login page which is class name. Context dot login underscore page dot open. Here you can view define def open and write the step for open the Chrome browser. Now define step 4 enter username and password. When, let's check here, we define when I enter username and password. Login underscore step when comma here we need to enter username and password with curly brackets, because we have already defined our data username and password in feature file. Username same as well defined here. Password with double quotes. Enter double quote here. Same as well. Enter double quote here. For password, enter double quote here. Now define step def step underscore enter underscore credentials context comma username comma password. Now define just here login page, enter username and password, context dot login underscore page dot is enter username, context dot login underscore page dot enter username. As you can view here in this file we define username, so same as well we need to define username and then right here for password. Copy this one. In function we write enter underscore password, so here define enter password. After enter the username and password, click on, you need to click on login button. When, and I click on login button, and when let's copy this complete text. With this complete text I click the login button and click the login button and define here step def step underscore click underscore login context dot login. Enter first this login underscore page file name, login underscore page dot dot click login. Click login. Now we have successfully write a step for open the URL and open this URL in Chrome browser and then enter username and then enter password. After enter the username and password, click on the login button and then I should see the inventory page. This is for assertions. We need to make sure that inventory container should be displayed on a home page at the rate. Then I should see the inventory page. Let's add assertions here. First define here dev step underscore verify underscore inventory context assert. Let's add some assertions here. Assert context dot login underscore page, enter file name here dot scroll down dot is inventory page displayed. Is inventory page displayed, comma, otherwise inventory page is not displayed. Inventory page is not displayed. Double quote here. And then after performing all action, we need to close the browser. So here we will use context dot driver dot which. Let's run the test. As you can view here, we write here scenario successful login with valid credentials. I open the source demo login page, enter username and password. In feature file, we enter username and password, then click on login button. Here we define locators. You can view we have created a separate file. If you want to write the script for a home page, you just need to right click on here pages and create a new file and define your locators and script in this file. So here we define URL, username and password. These are the locators. And then open URL. After opening the URL, enter username and password and then click on login button. After clicking on login button, this inventory container should be displayed. And this is the step we write for all the steps. Now run this test. For running the test, enter command here behave and then enter this folder name which is features slash login.feature. If you want to run only specific scenario or this specific feature, so you need to type here this feature file name which is login.feature. If you want to run this search.feature, so define here features and then enter this file name which is search.feature. For now, enter here login.feature. Now click on enter. After clicking on enter, scenario is successful login with valid credentials given. I open the source demo. It will open the browser and enter a standard username and password. Then I should see the inventory page. As you can view, one feature passed, 0 failed, one scenario passed, 4 steps. We have total 4 steps in this feature file. So 4 step passed, 0 failed and 0 skipped. So that's all about page object model that can help you organize your behavior, test, reduce duplication and make your automation framework more maintainable. Remember, using page object model is a key step towards scalable and professional test automation. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe for more BDD and automation tutorials and drop your question or suggestions in the comment below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.